Nonsense.
What's gonna happen this time? Get in line. On your mouth, get set. When it starts, it never ends.
Barmy Nonsense.
Wind down your windows with great windows. It's Barmy Nonsense, make no sense.
Barmy Nonsense.
It's Barmy Nonsense, let's go crazy.
Barmy Nonsense.
What's gonna happen this time? Get in line. Barmy Nonsense, make no sense to me.
Nonsense. 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 Nonsense.
Call out from a woman in distress, Lake Lane, Liscard. Unit 6, can you take that?
Officer D. Wayne Fontaine receiving, Captain. Copy of the job. Wagons roll. Yee-haw! We're on our way, and Godspeed. We'll save y'all. More horses, baby. Hold my donuts. Ooh, sexy.
Unit 6, are you there yet? I can't have my chips until you say so.
PC Seaton here, Sarge. We're at the location. What's the job? Cornwall's finest has gone all-American again, and he's already knocking that old lady up.
Tell him to calm down and not to call me Captain.
Will do, Sarge. He's an obsessive.
He'll get my obsessive boot up his backside. This is Liscard, not LA.
What's the situation, ma'am? We're LA's finest.
You what? I don't understand what you're saying. Are you from round here?
Sure thing, Mom. I am LA from my blue jeans down to my cowboy boots. Liscard Local Authority. LA. Liscard Authority is where I corral my horses. Now, little lady, what can me and my fine partner do for y'all?
Hey, dear. What's he trying to say? You sure he should be wearing that police uniform? I've seen people like him taken up to the hospital.
That there is PC David Fontaine of Liscard Police. Liscard is LA! And it's not David, it's not Fountain. What you read as David is pronounced Dwayne, and Fountain is Fontaine. There's several hidden syllables. I bet there are. Like P-rat is pronounced Pratt. You prat. How can we be of assistance, madam?
Glad one of you talks sense. My downstairs window won't shut properly. Can you reach it for me and give it a good tug? I'm not all that good on my pins these days.
That's a job for a locksmith, madam. We haven't got time to leave the streets of Liscard unprotected for such trivial matters. There'll be kids cycling on the pavements and all sorts tonight.
Trivial. I won't sleep unless it's pulled shut. I pay my Cornwall council tax, you know. One of the few that do.
Stop there, Officer Seaton. If this sweet little lady has a problem, we should not leave her in distress. Show me this obstinate window, and I will endeavour to close it for you. It will be my pleasure, ma'am. I'm all for liberty, apple pie, and free closing windows.
I'm getting to like you. Come this way.
Sure thing, sweet cheeks.
Where the pasties are you, pair? There's trouble up at Pengover Park. Some kids are up on the garage roof smoking silk cut.
Sorry about the delay, Sarge. Our Cornish American has come over all gallant.
Tell him this is not Texas. We've got 2 cars on and 150 square miles to police tonight. Get his airy backside in the car and get shifted over to Pengover.
I'll try.
He'll do more than try.
Ah! Officer down! Officer down! I've dropped my donuts! You idiot.
The pair of you are idiots. Officer down, my nighty.
Officer in distress. Officer down, call out. Pickle my pasties and crimp my Cornish. I'll get extra cars in from Bodmin and Truro. Armed response as well. Oh, this is exciting. Put my chips back in the microwave. It's all kicking off in Liscard tonight.
Is Dwayne down? Is Dwayne up? Do we really give a list card? To be continued next time.
Barmy Nonsense.
I knew it. I've been looking all over the village for you, and where do I find you? In the tavern.
Would you get off me back, love? I've only just walked in. I've barely taken off my scabbard.
No doubt you've been spending all our gold in this... What's it called?
Wooden spoons.
What sort of name is that? It's not one of those chain taverns, is it? Can't believe you've been sat in this rotting pit all day.
Don't you start. I've been down the docks for our graft.
The docks? How could you?
What are you saying?
I've been worried sick and you've been off gambling.
I'm making us some good quality dosh out there, so just go home, where you belong.
This is the 1450s. If you think I'm the sort of wife who sits at home fighting rats with a broom, then you're mistaken.
Why? Is the broom broken?
You've got to be the worst husband in the whole country. If I were 10 years younger, I would have left with that Bohemian mercenary. He was good with the lance.
Don't you dare disrespect me like that. Only a witch would say a horrible thing to their husband.
A what? A witch?
You're a witch! I knew it.
Just because I tell you to stop wasting our money doesn't make me a witch.
That's what a witch would say. You're getting dunked right now.
You couldn't dunk me if you tried, you thick waste of air.
You're getting dunked. Talk to me like that and I'll dunk you straight in the sea. Devil spawn.
Fine. Do your worst. They can burn me, drown me or stone me. I'm not cooking your mutton any longer.
Good.
Fantastic.
Let's go then, wench.
I'm putting on my cloak.
So am I.
Can you do it yourself?
Oh, shut it.
You can pick Grand National winners. He did it last year. Look. Red Ram. I don't think that's what he's doing. He's possessed. He's saying murder backwards, you know. Well, he said it last year, to be fair, but maybe Red Rum will win again. They're national. No one wins twice. Lad, who should I pick on an each-way bet? Red Ram. All right, I was just asking. And they're off. Red Ram. Come on, Red Rum. And Red Rum wins. Yes! I told you, he was picking national winners. No, I don't buy it. If he picks right again next year, then I'll accept your hypothesis. Red Ram.
It is my honour to be elected as this city's mayor. I'd like to thank the returning officer, all the staff, those counting the votes. I'd like to thank all the staff in the arena for their hard work. I'd like to thank all the people who voted for me. I'd like to thank the sandwich seller outside. Sandwiches in general for the sustenance they've given me and my team. Cereal for the same reason. Cereal mascots such as Tony the Tiger for the enjoyment they've brought. The honey monster whose intimidating nature kept me off the wrong side of the tracks. I know what it's like to grow up with very little. I was from a family of limited means, a life dominated by strong tea, walks in hills, stewed vegetables and of course a speedboat mother one on bullseye. If you told me when I was a lad that one day I'd be mayor, I wouldn't have believed you. If you told me when I ran a market stall selling knock-off Bibles, I'd have told you were mad. If you told me I'd be mayor when I went down for VAT fraud, I'd have reacted aggressively. I was the king of D-Wing. Now, public office is seen as stuffy and boring, but I am neither of these things. And be a fun mayor, one that is on the same page as the people he serves, one that wants the people of this city to be the happiest in the world. But if you try and start a coup, I will enact the following 14-step retribution.
Hello, you enjoying the show? I went to the doctor last week about my hay fever. He said, "Do you like local honey?" I said, "My wife's alright."
Hi. Have you had an accident at work that wasn't your fault? Whose fault was it? We can't help you, but we're just nosy. Hi. Have you been missold a PPI? Did you think it was something else, like a drink or some drugs or something? So why did you buy it? Are you stupid or something? It's like on TV every day. Why are you still buying it, you morons?
Some more chocolate syrup? Delicious. Hey, darling. Sorry, I'm a mess. You must think I'm disgusting.
In faith, I do not love thee with mine eyes, for they in thee 1,000 errors note.
What?
But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise, who in despite of view is pleased to dote.
Oh, well,
Nor mine ears with thy tongue's tune delighted, nor tender feeling to base touches prone, nor taste, nor smell, desire to be invited to any sensual feast with thee alone.
Honey, how can you say that to me?
But my 5 wits, nor my 5 senses can dissuade one foolish heart from serving thee, who leaves unswayed the likeness of a man, thy proud heart's slave and vassal wretch to be.
Well, if you put it like that.
Only my plague thus far I count my gain, that she that makes me sin awards me pain.
Take me, baby.
Are you ready? Yes? Okay. Yes, right, okay then. First question? Okay. Am I human? Yes. Am I a man? Yes. Am I white? Yes. European? Yes. Right-handed? Yes. Did I serve in the Bavarian Reserve Infantry as a dispatch runner on the Western Front during the Great War of 1914 to 1918? Yes. Am I anti-Semitic? Yes. Have I got a dog? Yes. Do I drive a BMW? No. Am I Adolf Hitler? Yes. Yeah! That'll put a stop to you, you vicious little sod.
Crown Jewels. I had been planning to go on the Easter tour with the local rugby team. Seemed like a good idea. Although at the time I had no notion I'd be recovering from a broken relationship with my girlfriend of 5 years. But then she finally called it a day. It had been a yo-yo relationship really. She pulled the strings and I dreamt, literally on some occasions. Laura was a lovely girl, but impulsive, as I found out when she walked into the bedroom as I was, entertaining her best friend Penny. The penny really dropped that night, I can tell you. Laura picked up the nearest object and threw it at us. Well, at me really, only I'd already hidden behind Penny, as I could sense the danger. What did she throw? I can imagine you thinking. Well, it may not have been what she intended. My adult black cat Macy is not something you can mistake for a vase or a book. She was quietly dozing, watching the proceedings, and completely surprised when it happened. Macy was expecting her usual cuddle from Laura, which is probably why, as she was launched through the air, her legs assumed the crash position, and all 4 sets of claws appeared simultaneously, able to shred and strike. It was a bit like watching a 747 coming into land. In my case, the claws ripped through the pillow I'd put in front of my face, just in case the bulk of Penny was not enough to protect my best assets. Penny was quite a large girl, but you don't take chances in that sort of situation. Having disentangled herself from my pillow, with feathers cascading all over the bedroom, whilst Laura may have calmed down, Macy certainly hadn't. She burrowed under the covers, hissing, screeching and snarling, towards my even more precious assets. By now, Penny had decided she'd had enough. She jumped out of bed, told me in no uncertain terms what a pig I was for helping her betray her best friend, and flounced out of the bedroom. Despite the trauma of the moment, it was then I noticed just how big her bum really was. Her best friend, Laura, even had the temerity to emphasise with her and kiss her fondly on the cheek before they walked off into the kitchen, presuming that they would probably see off the 2 bottles of wine I'd bought for post-coital celebration. Meanwhile, I gingerly lifted the covers and peered down at my nakedness. I knew Macy was realising her unfulfilled ambition after years of verbal abuse from me. In that glimmer of light permeating beneath the covers, I saw that her dull yellow eyes now had a distant gleam of intent. I lay totally still for several minutes, hoping that would pacify her. I was genuinely holding my breath in fear. Then I moved slightly, which elicited a warning hiss, so I lay still again. An hour later, severe cramp had set in. I had to get out and knew it was now or never. Flinging back the covers, the impact of her claws on my crown jewels made me realise it was now, and it was too late. As for the rugby tour, from my bed in the hospital I could see on my phone they'd won 27-12. Just imagine what the score would have been if I'd been playing.
This is Sanaya. She's an orphan, and for the price of a packet of crisps, we can give her a packet of crisps. All that you have to do is send £1.50 now to giveachild-a-packet-of-crisps.com, and we pledge to give 100% of that packet to Sanaya. Give Sanaya the crunch she deserves.
Please be aware that corn and maize-based snacks may be substituted for potato crisps at the time of donation.
1 in 3 people globally still don't have access to safe drinking water. So,
they love the great taste of Diet Coke, now available in family size.
Hello, enjoying show. What game shouldn't you play on a building site? Well, snakes and ladders.
Comrades, listen closely. The Beagle has landed. Repeat, the Beagle has landed. Reconnaissance indicates enemy forces will breach the city walls tonight. Fellow citizens, the time is nigh. Conflict is imminent. In the name of freedom, blood will be spilt. Repeat, blood will be spilt. I implore you, stay inside, lock the doors, turn off the lights, and remember, 3 in a row on the hour, every hour is coming up shortly right here on Rebel FM. Moonpig.com. Yeah, 3 back-to-back bangers coming up from the massively underrated Steps. Now, message for the enemy who I know are listening. You may outnumber us. You may have tanks and bomb and machine gun and many other deadly weapons, but we will not back down. We will fight until every one of you is lying face down in a pool of blood, entrails hanging out like sausages. And now birthdays! Shout out to little Timmy Smirnoff, who's 5 today. He's celebrating with a visit to Little Chef. Have a super day, Timmy, from everyone here at Rebel FM. Besides, what the enemy doesn't realize is, We have something stronger than bone-shattering bullets. Something stronger than whatever's in those grenades that seem to, well, vaporize you. We have the element of surprise. Message just in from Red Leader. All freedom fighters meet at location C. Where is that? Aldi Car Park. At time G. 7 p.m. Where we'll launch our top secret counterattack. Our success depends on it. So comrades, brothers in arms, it begins. We will never stop until we are once more free men. And trust me, we will succeed. I say we. I've got a drinks reception at Mandarin, but rest assured, I'll be there in spirit. Before I go, here's one last important message, courtesy of Crazy Frog.
Barmy Nonsense.
You have been listening to Barmy Nonsense devised by Greg Winders. Recordings were compiled and post-produced by Martin Calvert and Greg Winders. Theme music composed and performed by Paul Program and Kieran Stansfield. You have been listening to the following voice actors: Paul Creasy, James Walsh, Harris Salilhovic, Michael Terry, Laura England, Tom Cove, Miranda Colmans, Manisha Patel, Tim Colmans, Vicky Wild, Aryana Ramkhalawon, Issy Flower, Renee Rayles, and Greg Winders. Cornish Cop was written by Adrian King. Eastenders sketch was by Georgy Pleece. Red Rum by Greg Winders. Good Evening Mr. Mayor by Henry Hudson. Joke ads by Michael Monkhouse and Josh Anderson Gray. Accident at Work and PPI Ad by Nick Maynard. Sonnet by Or Amit. Who Was I by Alf Old. Crown Jewels was by Alan Grant. Rebel FM by Alex Telfer. And Joke Jag by Josh Anderson Gray.